Anybody looking for some commercial today?
Yeah, where you at, Raven?
I'm at the pilot. Where are you at?
I'm at the pilot. How you look?
I'm black with black on. I have big hips. Where you at? Where you at, Daddy?
Ain't no goddamn cab over you lying ass, coward ass motherfucker. There's 2 doors down for me.
You ain't looking hard enough, bitch.
I tell you what, you flash your light when you see this blue free singer come through.
Okay.
We're gonna see how much of a man you are tonight, man. I'm tired of this old bullshit on the radio. I'm gonna show you what these pistols like.
If I gotta flash my damn lights at you with the only cab over back here, you get a dozen, bitch.
He's smart. He's actually not the only one pistol. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wish he would pull one of them old rust-ass pistols out. Yeah, maybe put these 2 I got up and get that motherfucking cannon out the back.
You go ahead on there, you rookie dang-gone CB Rambo. You go right ahead.
Love it. Oh, come on over, big boy.
Dang, it ain't rocket science to find the only freaking cab over in the pilot truck stop parked by the Apple Air. God dang.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see how real he is in a minute. I don't want everybody to get quiet. I want to know where that cab over at. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that you, CRST? Whatever your motherfucking name is. Get your bitch ass out that truck. That's what I fucking thought. I'll show your ass Rambo.
Well, I think he's got a Cadillac down here this four-wheeler. Yeah, at least.
Now y'all see that though? You see who the Rambo is, right? Yeah, nobody wanna talk. They saying serious out here in H-Town. Ain't no games to be playing, cocksucker. And look here, Chico. I done already gave you an ultimatum. You better be quiet. You bitch. Oh, 25. What the fuck is 23 mean, bitch? Damn, somebody mad about calling people bitch this morning. Damn, we got a problem, baby. Call it referee. I'm complying with the curse control. Is that Rodriguez? Say what? Is that Rodriguez still behind that microphone? Yes, sir. Damn, you gotta come out the closet. Oh, shit.
I've been driving trucks for about 5 years now, and what's changed is really the caliber of driver on the road these days. You know, I was raised in, you know, a truck driving family, as you know, and the camaraderie of drivers back when, you know, Dad was driving trucks and everything, you know, in the 70s, remember when we rode with him and all? Drivers would all, you know, be one for all for one. You know, it was really nice back then, but these days it's just a night and day different. More and more people are getting involved in the trucking industry, and the courtesy that they have is for each other now on the roadways is just like almost obsolete. You know, there's not hardly any courtesy as you're gonna, you know, show your viewers here in this video. It's just maddening. I don't even know where to begin on that. Man, road rage, geez, that's as you know, that you get that between common four-wheelers. It's a messed up deal, but damn, you go throwing big trucks in the mix of all that, and you know, nowadays with so many rookie truck drivers on the road, I mean, I'd be willing to bet a year's salary that you know, the percentage of rookies on the roadways today driving big trucks is about 75% out of 100. And you know, the fact is these new truck drivers are not being trained properly, you know, and it's just a sad situation. You know, you're getting road rage amongst your truck drivers out there. You hear it on the CB radio all the time. Truck drivers are constantly cussing each other and calling each other names and acting like freaking grade school kids, you know, junior high school kids. It's ridiculous. And then, you know, you get these new drivers out there that barely know what the hell they're doing, if they even know what they're doing at all, you know, and it's no wonder why you got four-wheelers that have little to no respect for truck drivers, and then, you know, vice versa. You know, truck drivers get pissed off at the four-wheelers. You know, everybody's calling everybody stupid. You know, it's just freaking ridiculous, you know. I don't know. It's rough. I mean, many drivers out there on the road that, you know, would agree with me on this. It can be really tough at times, you know. And I just, well, for one thing, when I first started out, I was having to stay out on the road, you know, 3 or 4 weeks at a time. There was one time when I stayed out for 2 months solid, you know, and there's many drivers out there that live on the road months at a time. Some that even live in their trucks and don't even have a home. And there's those that have families, you know, wives, girlfriends, kids. And in my case, I've got a girlfriend. I've been in a relationship now for 2 years. You know, in the beginning of our relationship, you know, she called me 2-3 times a day. You know, then it got to a point where she wouldn't call but maybe once or twice a week, and she's not much on conversation, and I've tried to get it through to her how much I need to talk to family. My son, he's 14 now, and I just it's the need to hear their voice, to know what's going on with them, where they're at, you know, and to let them know how things are doing on the road with me. Drivers have more than your common people, I think, in any other job. They've got more time on their hands to do nothing but drive and think. And sometimes that can really get to a driver. You know, they get to missing home, and all they want is to talk to family. I have called, you know, it's gotten nowadays where I can call my girlfriend, and she lets her machine get it. And I understand she's a very busy career woman, a very independent woman. And I have to respect the fact that, she's got a lot on her plate when it comes to work. But, man, sometimes it can be heart-wrenching, I mean, there's been times where I've been just, oh, man, it's tough, bro. It is tough. I mean, sometimes I've wanted to throw in the towel, and I don't know, just, bro, that topic right there just hits home too hard. I want to be able to share with you a lot about what's on my mind about that. At the same time, I have to respect the fact that my girlfriend is a very private person, and there are things that I don't need to share with you in this interview. Out of respect for her, it's just it can be a damn lonely life, the life of a trucker. Let's move on to something else. Two things. Driving around idiots and extreme bad weather conditions. And the combination of the two is the scariest of all. I mean, damn. Let's face it. There are a lot of bad drivers out there, and it goes back to truck drivers as well, the rookies out there. That it's one thing to put these rookies on the road with very little training, and they get out there in the bad weather conditions, combined with four-wheelers out there that don't know what they're doing, especially in hill country, the mountains, snow and ice, black ice. I mean, God, I can't tell you how many 18-wheelers I've seen laid off in the ditch, with their dry vans and reefer units all ripped open like a can opener. Flatbeds like the one I drive, just laid over and just everything spilled out. The tractors just, torn to pieces. You wonder if the driver has survived. And I've sat through many backups because of accidents and everything. Even on sunny days, no rain, you have accidents. But that's why when I talk to my family, especially my mom, every time I talk to my mom and my son, those two people in my life, every time I end a conversation with them, I always tell them I love you, in case I never get a chance to talk to them again, in case something happens to me, And I used to tell my girlfriend all the time that I love her, but it got to be too much for her. She told me one time we were saying it too much, and that just that fucked me up, and excuse my French, but that's how I feel about it. That's what scares me the most.